As we approached home, I could feel something heavy weigh down my heart. It was late, but the boys led me inside and turned on the lights in the lobby.
Finally, we can relax.
It will be good to have some rest without devils breathing down our necks.
I'm just tired. Can I hit the hay early?
I think some sleep would be good for all of us.
I looked at Damien, knowing he could read my mind, and frowned. I didn't want him to know about my thoughts on the situation.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I wanted it to just end tonight. Too much had happened and I felt dizzy from just trying to figure it out. However, Damien spoke up, stopping all of us from moving.
Should we be gone in the morning?
No!
Never! Unless we do the human routes, probably, honestly. The air became still with tension. The realization of the situation hit the boys like a wave, forcing them to turn to me in curiosity. They had remembered their deal, and were now awaiting me to decide their fate. I gulped, face to face with the reality of the situation. The boys were leaving it up to me. They looked like they were willing to accept whatever I had demanded. It was only fair, though, after all that had happened. I looked at James, feeling my heart flutter in my chest. I didn't want him to leave, but would he ask to stay? I hoped that he would say no and ask me to stay longer. As if he knew what I wanted. James moved and smiled. See, he didn't get Mike Wazowski'd. He didn't get Mike Wazowski'd this time. He just stands there. As if he knew what I wanted, James moved and smiled at me, taking my hand to bring it to his lips for a kiss. He moved it away, smiled to me, and spoke.
Miss, if I may be so forward. Despite the short time we've stayed here, I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here. That being said, would you allow us to stay here?
My heart skipped with a large red blush ran across my cheeks. The boys stared at James wide-eyed, but didn't dare to speak out. James stepped back to give me space, returning to where he was. I moved my gaze across each boy, trying to make a decision. If they left in the morning, I would never see them again and my life could return to normal. If I did decide to let them go, that would have been for the best. No goodbyes, no delays. But did I want to? They had done so much for me in such a small amount of time.
Let them stay.
Let them stay. I wanted them to stay. I wanted him to stay. I merely smiled, staring at the man I had come to have feelings for, before speaking at last.
I would love it if you could all stay.
The boys cheered tiredly, but nonetheless enthusiastically. I giggled at the sight. It was cute to see everyone so excited, despite the tiredness that ran equally through our bodies. Today was a rough day.
My home is your home as long as you can still help with the chores.
Boys nodded in unison, agreeing to the terms I had set for them. Despite the good situation, I felt myself slowly slipping into unconsciousness because the only way to transition from scene to scene is to have her fall asleep. However, James quickly clapped his hands together, getting everyone's attention and waking me up, making sure I didn't pass out on the floor.
All right, everyone. We're all very tired, so let's head to bed, shall we?
Oh, yeah, sleep is actually a thing. Right.
We've
So
had a
precious,
very long
man.
day, but it will be good to just relax tonight and
Non-precious
tomorrow.
Eric.
Sleep sounds really good right now.
Yeah, man.
Oh, sweet Damien! I watched a very happy smile grow onto James' lips. He shared my excitement, knowing that we would be together longer. Who knew how long we would stay together? All I cared about was that I would be with him. The others quickly left to finally rest, leaving me and James alone at last. My heart fluttered a bit as James walked closer to me, gently wrapping his arms around my form. I placed my hands onto his shoulders, leaning close.
You are an absolutely wonderful woman. I'm so happy that you let us stay here.
Aww.
Doy.
I'm happy too, James.
I stared up into his eyes, getting lost in them. I didn't know if it was the tiredness or my growing attachment to him, but I felt myself lean into James' body. It invited me to stay a while, making me forget that my bed was also calling for me.
Listen, about what happened at the warehouse.
No, it's fine. You did what you had to do, I understand.
I had accepted everything while in James' warmth. He was real, and he was someone I didn't want to be without, even if it meant nodding against my curiosity. Besides, I was too tired to explore that memory further. James nodded before kissing my forehead sweetly.
Come, let's get you to bed.
I nodded before James gently lifted me up into his arms like a bride and carried me into my room. I didn't want to leave his arms, leaning my head against James' chest, but eventually I was slowly lowered to my bed and covered with my bed covers. I was still in my school clothes, but I was too tired to strip or care. I looked at James, fighting a yawn from escaping me. Literally, I just had that! As he gently ran a hand over my hair.
Have sweet dreams. I'll prepare breakfast again for you in the morning.
I nodded with a tired smile before watching him slowly stand and leave my room, closing the door. A wave of happiness washed over me as I laid in bed. I made a good choice. Sure, it would be hard, but I could tell that I would be able to manage it. Help around the house and being with a man who I was slowly starting to fall for would be worth it. I slowly felt my exhaustion take over. I let sleep consume me as I drifted into the darkness in my mind. Welcome to my twisted mind. Oh, never mind. Everything was peaceful. I was happy. Is something on your screen still? There we go.
You are an interesting creature.
Guess who it is? Dirty Diana! No! Let me! I opened my eyes to see a woman staring down at me with a very sly smirk on her face. I opened my mouth to scream in fright, but a hand quickly covered my mouth.
No screaming now. Too early, silly girl.
Too early for screaming? Like, what kind of screaming do you mean, girl? Like, 'cause I don't know, they'll probably have the same effect, to be honest. I could only stare up at the woman above me. I still felt weak, not having the strength to move and fight her off. What was going on? And why was she here?
Why do the boys like you? You're unique, yes,
I am
but
cute
that can't
as
be all
fuck.
that you have
F.
going for you.
Cute F! Rage began to consume my core again. This woman, whoever she was making me mad. She must have known as she let a smirk grow onto her face.
Ooh, you're feisty. That could be why.
Wait, okay, never mind. For a second I thought she had too many fingers on her hand. I was wrong. I'm not drunk yet, I swear.
You know, when you open up your camera and it switches to the beauty face where it's facing you, it's all
Yeah, it's like that's what this picture is like. Oh, whoopsie! It's my line. Before I could bite her finger, her aunt. Before I could bite her hand in anger, she removed her hand from my lips, standing up and staring down at me from her place next to my bed. I quickly sat up and glared daggers at the intruder. She was very beautiful, but I felt more anger than amazement.
Who the hell are you and why are you in my room?
The woman began to laugh, making the rage inside me increase. I wanted to punch her, but I waited for her answer.
I keep, like, it was so long since we recorded the first part of Matthew's route. I was so worried that I just lost the laundry voice because it'd been so long. But no, I have zero problems slipping right back into it.
Laundry is eternal.
Laundry
How silly of
forever,
me.
hashtag.
I forgot that we demons are not well known of in your world. You can call me Diana.
I think a lot about
little
laundry
demon.
smash! Diana! Demons? Double D. I've made that joke before, I don't care. No shit, laundry!
You're a demon?
I am, but I'm much more than just an average
not like-
demon.
Other demons.
What do you mean?
Silly girl. I'm a succubus.
I was putting on chapstick and I was doing like, I'm not like other demons, and I was trying to be cool by like swiping my chapstick across my lip, and then like I did the thing where like if I had lipstick, there would now be lipstick all over my cheek because I went too far.
Did you? Oh.
No, I didn't.
Well, it's gone.
Oh no.
So did Mom and Dad mention my pirate bed?
They did not. No.
So we bought this bed. I moved into my apartment like in March, and it's now July, and I've had my mattress on the floor, right? So Dad got this bed from Macy's, I think it was, and it got here, and it only had 3 legs. So we sent it back, ordered a new one, and that got here, and that only had 3 legs. So he like called up the Macy's people. He was like, oh, "Why are you selling beds with only 3 legs? What the fuck?" And they're like, "Oh, sorry. We can't send you a new one because we're out of stock." And Dad's like, "I literally just sent you back the one from before. Can you just take a leg from that one, since you can't sell it to anyone else because it only had 3 legs? It's defective. You can't sell it again. Send me a goddamn leg." And they're like,
Send me a leg.
No. So they refunded the whole thing, but it's still missing a leg. So Dad had to get wood from Home Depot. So I've got this like black metal bed with 1 wooden leg. So I have a pirate bed.
Arr, me lady! Lunch is gonna go plunder some booty! Well, we can't go back.
Well,
only going forward. We've lost our rewind power for a bit.
did you read this line?
No, not yet. Don't skip it again.
Okay.
Diana crossed her arms under her bosom and looked at my body.
Well, you are pretty.
Thank you.
A goody little 2 shoes, aren't you?
Kinda.
I read it as a goofy little two-shoes. I moved down and stood from the bed, still glaring at Diana.
Why are you here?
Oh, I just wanted to see who my competition was.
Competition?
For the boys, of course. They don't belong here, and yet here they remain. I want to know why, and remedy this little issue.
This girl was seriously pissing me off.
Oh my god.
Issue? What issue? They want to stay here, so they can.
Silly, uneducated human. You don't
Silly
understand the
rabbit.
important roles these boys play in the abyssal planes. You keeping them here is practically imprisonment.
You have about 10 seconds to leave.
You know what's
Is that
practically
a
imprisonment?
threat?
Your dress. Her dress
How
is imprisonment for
cute.
her tits.
What are you going to do? Kill me?
Take that, Diana!
And if I do?
You barely have the strength to stand, little human. I can rip the rest of your energy out and knock you into a coma. You'll never be able to wake up again.
Touch me and I'll...
Enjoy every minute of it.
No.
I do not consent. I felt my body freeze and heat up to almost painful haze. My mind began to feel fuzzy as Diana stepped to me and caressed my cheek.
Now, you're going to listen to everything I say without any questions. Got it?
I nodded.
Good.
I fucking
I
nodded.
plan to bring the boys back to the abyssal planes. Why? So that I can take my place as queen of their realm. They have no reason to be here in this silly little world, so I'm going to make sure they return home. Okay, Pumpkin?
I nodded with a growl. My rage couldn't be concealed, despite the hold I was under.
You
Under this.
evil bitch.
Call me evil all you want, dearie. I'm not evil. You're just in my way.
I keep drinking my wine like the current picture, like, but that's none of my business. I felt Diana lean into my ear and whisper, making me unconsciously shiver in both pleasure and annoyance. Don't you just hate those annoyed
No.
shivers?
Be a good little human and go to bed. I'll make sure they're gone before you get home tomorrow from school, so make sure to say goodbye in the morning.
No.
I felt my body move on its own to lay in bed and cover itself with my bed sheets. I glared at Diana the entire way down. Diana laughed at my futility.
I'll get you.
Oh, please do.
Wink wonk.
All of a sudden, her voice deepened and became cold and demonic, sending a violent, scared shiver down my spine. Her red eyes practically illuminated in the darkness of my room as she glared at me.
Give me a reason to make your life a living hell.
She couldn't have been that tough. She needed energy to survive, right? I wasn't sure she couldn't have had enough to hold me down forever. Diana then laughed and returned to normal.
Oh, and make sure you don't tell the boys I was here. I want my visit to be a surprise.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I felt the hold on me disappear, allowing me to sit up and practically growl and rage at Diana.
What's stopping me?
Then you must not care about your friends and family as much as you care for the boys.
I stopped and stared. What did she mean by that? Was that a threat to my family? Not that I really
Let's
give a
just
shit
say
about them.
that.
Oh.
Sorry.
If you tell the boys about me, I'll make sure that no one will care for you, and you'll be all alone in this little house.
It's not such a little
until
house.
the day you die.
I could feel fear creeping into me. Alone? Could she do that? The word demon reverberated in my head, reminding me that I was facing off against something supernatural. A human with a shield versus a devil was one thing. A human on her own versus a demon was another!
Have a good night.
Pachoo. And with that, Diana sank into the floor through a magic purple pentagram, which disappeared as her head vanished into the floor.
Achievement unlocked. Someone get the caramel.
Is this another freaking
Green apple
blooper
thing? Yeah.
achievement? Green apple! I don't even know it. I don't know what green apples means. I couldn't believe it. I had one problem, and now I had another. Instead of a crazy psycho devil who wanted to kill me and the boys, I had a succubus wanting to ruin my life and take the boys away. Can my life get any worse?
Oh, just wait till the second game.
Oh, God! No. I wasn't going to let her win.
She's not as powerful as she looks. I know it.
I had to mentally confirm it. She wasn't going to win. The boys wanted to stay with me. I let her sigh before closing my eyes, affirming my plan of action. No matter what she was going to do, I was going to beat her.